Hi everybody, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, I've arrived here in Los Angeles and yeah, there is some worrisome stories out there about some scamming going on, and it's multiple types of scamming. They're all coming after people, and it's hitting Carnival, it's hitting Royal Caribbean, and it's hitting NCL. And you got to be careful because people have lost thousands of dollars. Okay, so before I go, after I arrived, while I was waiting for my room to be ready here, I just went out for a walk, and I can see the Maritime Museum out my window, and I said, oh, I'm just going to walk along the water. And as I was walking, I heard this guy singing. Okay, can you hear this? This gentleman beside behind me here. It's just singing out here in front of the Maritime Museum. He's amazing. So, I don't know if you can hear him. He's out here with his dog, just singing out. Nobody around hardly at all. He's just singing his heart out. And he's really good. I had to come over and just... He doesn't even have a bucket out or anything for tips or anything. So I just handed him the money and said, keep on doing it, buddy. Just keep on doing it. So yeah, he's actually a really good singer. He's singing Commodores. He's singing The Boss, Bruce Springsteen. It's really good. So if you happen to be around the board, go check him out. He was very entertaining. But let's talk about something that's not very entertaining, and that's the scams going on right now. So we have a few of them that are going on. One is people are calling, Royal Caribbean guests. And they are saying that, hey, you still owe this much money on this cruise, even though it's paid for in full. And they have your booking number, they have the sail date, and they have the ship date. Eesh, that's a lot of information. Where are they getting these things from? Sometimes it's people just magically posting it to their Facebook and Instagram pages by mistake. Hey, we booked our cruise. It's 95 days until our cruise. Well, 95 days, you're going on Royal Caribbean, you're leaving this day. Well, they can narrow it down to what ship you're going to be on. Now they know your name because it's on your Facebook page. And as far as the booking number is concerned, too many people are showing things like their, how many days until their cruise, or they're showing, hey, I just booked it, and they have their information right there on the page. But there's also some hacks that have happened in the past as well. So you got to be careful. If you're getting emails saying that you owe them money before your cruise, first of all, they usually just send you an email. They don't call you at home. The cruise lines don't call people at home for money. They will send you an email, and if you get an email saying you owe us money, you call the actual cruise line. Don't call the number. Never call the number in an email. Call the cruise line and then say, here's my booking number. What is it? Because here's one of the problems that's going on right now. Scammers are getting so good at this that what they're doing, say you're searching for something online. You're going to search for a cruise and you go, cheap cruises on Royal Caribbean. You're looking for an inexpensive cruise. Well, the first few that come up are all sponsored, and not necessarily sponsored by the cruise line. Sometimes it's a link to a phony website, and that phony website is just trying to rip your money off. So be careful of all those situations. Another thing that's happening in Florida right now, people are getting calls from people saying, hey, we're with Norwegian Cruise Line, and they're trying to get you to bid on an upgrade for a cabin, saying, you know what, you're in this cabin, but we have one of the suites available for only $800 more. Great, you say. Here's my credit card. I'm going to go from a balcony cabin Can you hear that? The navigator of the seas is sailing by. Well, they call you up, you give them your credit card thinking they're going to charge $800. The next thing you know, they're putting through $2,000, $1,000, $5,000, $9,000. The list goes on and on and on and on. Again, cruise lines don't call people at home and offer them upgrades. Everything's through an email. And if you get an email saying, hey, you can get an upgrade, call the cruise line. Once again, call the cruise line. Easiest way to solve things. And now with what's going on currently right now in the United States, with the government shutdown, people are actually getting some phone calls now from people claiming to be from cruise port authorities or airlines, and they're saying that because of the shutdown, it's limited, capacity going in and out of the cruise ports. They don't have all the customs officers available right now and everything, but for just $100, you can bypass that area and guarantee you getting on the ship or the plane. And people are scared, they're hearing this, and they're giving them their credit card numbers once again. They're getting smarter, folks. They're getting more complicated. So, like I always suggest to some people and everybody, make sure you're always using a VPN. Make sure you have some kind of something to book yourself off of all those, phishing websites, and get yourself a good virus protector, because the scams are coming a mile a minute and they are updating themselves with current events. Just like right now, the government shut down in the United States, a lot of people furloughed, and then they're calling people knowing that they don't really know what's going on, and they're conning them out of their money. Well, have you received a call? Have you received an email? So far, I've been lucky, haven't received anything, but I do know people who have. And it can be devastating to get some of these calls. Give them a card thinking you're bidding on an upgrade for your cabin. The next thing you know, you've spent $10,000 and the money's already been transferred to another account, and that account's gone, and now you're out of luck trying to get your money back from that credit card. Ugh, not a good situation. Let me know if you guys have heard of this. Has anybody in your friends received any kind of scamming like this? If so, leave a comment please down below, and until next time, I hope you appreciate this update. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel blogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.